Hi Amy, this is Pam. I'd like to explain to everybody how to make their own homemade lotion bars at home. It's a very simple process. You use only a few ingredients. You want to go as natural as you possibly can, so you can visit your local organic stores or natural stores to find these ingredients. And they're relatively inexpensive. The first thing you want to look for is a really good carrier oil, and I like using sweet almond oil, but there are many to pick from. Another one of them can be a jojoba oil. Another one is a hemp oil. You want to use something that is light for your skin. You don't want to use a heavy oil because you want that oil to absorb naturally into your skin. So you want to stay away from olive oil or castor oil. The other thing you want to look for is a really great butter, and shea butter is probably one of the most common ones to use. Again, you want to use something that will absorb naturally into your skin. The other item that you want to use is a beeswax, and you want to try and get as natural as possible with your beeswax. So you can also visit a local bee farmer, that they always have beeswax there, or again, any of your natural stores will have those. Okay, so we're going to start measuring out our ingredients. And with this particular recipe that I'm going to give you, it makes about 3 to 4 bars of lotion. But you can also make them smaller or bigger, so it's really up to you. So first we're going to measure out our sweet almond oil, and this one we want to add in 3 ounces of oil. And when you're measuring out any of your ingredients, it's best to have a digital scale just because it's more accurate than any other kind of scale. And don't worry if you're off a little bit with this recipe. It's pretty forgiving, so you don't have to worry about not being exact. The next thing you want to add in is your shea butter. And again, we're going to put in 3 ounces. And again, you don't have to be exact. Everything weighs a little different. So sometimes it looks like you have more oil than you have butter, but just measure it out to be 3 ounces. And then the last thing that you want to add in is 3 ounces of your beeswax. And you want to be using a container that is a double boiler, because you don't want your oils or any of your ingredients to burn, and that double boiler helps buffer that heat a little bit. So once I have this measured out, okay, so we have that all measured out. And what I have over here is the double boiler already going on the burner. And all you do is add your pan to it and just let it heat up. And while it's heating, give it a couple stirs. Takes a little bit for that beeswax to melt down. But you just want it to get melted down and have a nice consistency, and make sure all the ingredients are well incorporated before you pour them into your pan. Okay, now that it's all melted and well incorporated together, you can take it off your pan. And I always wipe the bottom of the pan off a little bit so no water will drip into your form. And the form that I typically use is a silicone muffin tin. You want to stay away from the metal tins because those become harder to get the actual lotion bars out, because these are flexible, they're easier to pop out. So all you do is take your pan and pour in however much you want to make, or however big you want to make these lotion bars. So you can make them bigger or smaller. You can pour them all the way to the top. You can make them very thin if you want. It really depends on what you're looking to do. And don't worry if it spills over a little bit. It won't stick. It'll just pop right off. So you can just fill them up. And once they're filled, you have a couple options of how you want to let them cool down. They can cool down on your countertop. It'll just take a little longer. Or you can pop them in the fridge. Usually I would put this on a cookie sheet and then just slide it in the fridge so it stays even. And then once they're set up, then we'll just pop them out of the mold. Okay, now that our bars are all set up, we're just going to pop them out of the mold. And again, with these silicone molds, you just have to push up from the bottom and they're going to pop out so easily. And now you are ready to use them. What's great about these is the heat of your skin and your body temperature softens them up so you can spread them easily over your skin. They're great as gifts, so you can package them up any way that you want and give them for a holiday gift or a birthday gift or just a special occasion.